Daniel, a lot of things happened today.
Yeah. Why don't you start us off on just the overview of what we've been talking about, and I'll lead up to the main story part of it.
Yes. Okay. So I think, as we all know, Jimmy Dore and his referendum has been gaining a lot of traction, a lot of support. And I stand in complete solidarity with Jimmy Dore. I believe in his message. I believe in the fact that we need to pressure our politicians. I don't care if there's someone we respect or hero worship. I mean, don't hero worship politicians. They're there to be public servants, and we need to put pressure on the progressives. This whole talk about holding their feet to the fire, it's now time for action, because apparently, even though Biden has a whole big first within his administration, they're not going to be moved. We got to move Congress. And if we're going to move Congress, it's up to the people to lead. And it's up to the people to remind these progressive congressmen and women that they are public servants. Yesterday, I was tweeting out a lot of tweets from Jimmy Dore and Nico House, because apparently Tim Black was also doing a live stream on Jimmy Dore. Apparently, they have a big falling out. And same thing with him and Nico. But what I found interesting is that when I woke up this morning, and I feel very flattered in a way, out of the blue, I was blocked by Tim Black. Can we actually pull up a little screenshot that I took? Actually showed that right there. So this is something I took early in the morning. And as you scroll down, basically it says, you are blocked from following @RealTimBlack and viewing @RealTimBlack's tweets, which I think is absolutely pathetic, because there's a lot of people I disagree with. There's a lot of people who I might have arguments with. And look, hey, surprise, surprise. Sometimes I have disagreements with Daniel or with Kira, and never once, not ever, have I had thought, oh, that's it, cancel. Because I don't believe in cancel culture. I think it's stupid. I really think it's dumb. Okay, so, I mean, are there people that aren't going to like me? Okay, great. That happens to everyone. Hey, everyone out there watching, there's somebody that probably disagrees with you or doesn't like you. But I'm not going to follow this childish notion of blocking someone. And to be very clear, the last time me and Daniel spoke with Tim Black was early 2019 when we were interviewed on his show. We haven't spoke to him since then afterwards. We've never said anything negative about him. I've never said anything negative about him. I never, even if I might have had a disagreement, I think very carefully what I put out there on Twitter. Very rarely do I tweet things out on my own. I usually retweet a lot of people because they already probably said it better than I did. And so that's what I do. Is it kind of lazy? I mean, okay, great. I don't, it takes me a while to come up with something that's eye-catching, but I'm not going to cancel somebody. And I think that's stupid that another progressive channel with 100,000 subscribers plus is just going to say, oh, I'm going to block you. But apparently this is what Tim Black does. He blocks a lot of people. So what I want to say to Tim Black is, okay, you blocked me, but you didn't block us on Hardlands Media Twitter. So we invite you to be a guest on our show, and let's have this conversation about holding progressives' feet to the fire and about this ridiculous fight that's getting out of control. I mean, I'm not going to block people, and I don't know why you do that or why you did that to us, but I mean, it's kind of childish, because we're in the realm of media and journalism, and we're supposed to be better than this.
So I just wanted to, this worries me. This kind of thing very much worries me, because as much as we might disagree with one another on certain issues, there's not enough progressive media to lose one for the team. There's not enough. There's too few of us. We are too weak. Even when we're combined, we're able to do stuff. But when we're not, we're easy to separate. We're easy to make powerless. And I think that, we've been talking on the show the last couple of days about where we stand on where Jimmy's at, where Anna's at, where Jank's at. I have never blocked Anna, and I will never block Anna. Yeah. The reason I'm even able to talk and disagree with her is because I'm listening to her, and I want to hear what she has to say. If I want to disagree with it or agree with it, that is on me to do so. But I would never block her. I would never block her, because that's not what we stand for. When the election happened, that was still going. You guys remember, it didn't matter who was on our channel. If you were pro-MAGA, if you were blue no matter who, and disagree with us vehemently, as long as you were not attacking other people in the stream, we were happy to have you, because we are not holier than you. We are just people. Mm-hmm. And it is our job to hear out people we disagree with and not put ourselves in an echo chamber. So it's one thing for like, a weird troll to pop in and like hit everyone. It's like, okay, I understand. But for Tim Black, I hope you see this. I really do hope people because I know we have some overlap in audience. I hope that you guys let Tim Black know this is happening. Tim, we have had some good relations with you. We've talked before. You shouldn't be blocking us because you're having a disagreement. We're progressive media. We have different opinions. That's what we're doing. We're working together and against each other, but the point is to work together to find the best solution. There are people that think, no, the best way to do everything is have only work inside the Democratic Party. Only keep getting more squad, make it strong enough. I don't fully agree with those people, but I'm not going to tell them to stop. And then there are people on the other side that say, only work outside the party. Don't work inside the party. It's an absolute waste of time to work inside the party. I don't fully agree with that either, but I also don't tell them to stop. So when Jimmy comes up with his plan originally, if you guys saw the first time I talked about it on broadcast, I was also making fun of Jimmy because I'm like, wow, look at that. Jimmy Dore, the guy that says that this sort of thing can never happen, is asking for this sort of thing to happen. Because I saw the irony, because we try and call it as straight as we can and as clear as we can. We try not to pull, and we like Jimmy, but we're not going to like hold him up on a pedestal or anything.
Yeah.
So all I want to ask is, Tim, we'll go on your show. You come on our show. But unblock Kit.
Yeah.
It's childish.
That was stupid.
And what we need is progressives to disagree vehemently, argue with each other, like on Politicon, with other things. But more importantly, don't discount each other.
Yep.
I can disagree with any stance that you're going to make, Tim. Any stance Anna's going to make. I already have. But I'm not going to shut them out from my life. And I'm not going to try and shut them out from the audience, because that's distasteful in a very strong way. And we need to ensure to... Actually, Tim, you said it best. Let's roll that next clip.
We have to be surgical. Let's not make progressives look worse than Republicans. I'm telling you, man. I appreciate y'all standing up for me, man. I appreciate you. But look, not standing up for me as much as you are voicing your opinion on how you really feel. Because I'm going to love y'all anyway. You the Wolfpack. Without you, there's no show. You support this show. I appreciate you. Especially the ones who disagree, who are still not turning their back on the show. It takes ethics and commitment, and I appreciate you. Those who didn't do that, all right. But I respect those who did. Ty Savage, Jimmy's strategy is...
So, Tim, it does take ethics and commitment to keep your eyes and ears open to what others say. I think you said it really well in that segment when you were talking about how you think your audience is really good for staying with you, even if they agreed with Jimmy, and how even though that there was a difference of opinion, it was important that they stayed with you because it took those ethics and integrity. So all we're asking you to do is what you said. What you expect of your audience, we expect of our audience, we expect of us, and we expect of you. So Tim, please unblock Kit. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's show both of our audiences that we can rise above these petty differences, of which I will remind everyone is deciding whether or not the squad should do something in the House and force a vote.
I also want to add one other thing before we pull up the final links for the story, and that is, Tim Black, I've never said anything negative about you. I mean, if you got offended that I retweeted Jimmy Dore or Nico House, I mean, well, to be very real with everybody, in the early days of Hardlands Media, I'm going to give a shout out to 4 people: Jimmy Dore, Nico House, Craig Pasta, and Fiorella Isabella are 4 people that gave us a lot of shout outs when
and
we
TYT.
and did to some extent, yeah, even TYT.
I mean, they let us on twice.
Yeah, they let us on twice. That is very true. They shouted us out early on, but I mean, we've known them, and look, with Jimmy Dore and Nico House, I mean, I've talked to them. Daniel's talked to them. I'm going to retweet them out. I've never said anything negative about you, and I understand there's a big fight between them. And of course, I agree with Jimmy Dore's method right now, but I mean, blocking somebody is childish. And look, just to see how powerful this referendum that Jimmy Dore is suggesting for progressive congressmen and women to withhold their votes, even TYT fans agree with Jimmy. Can we pull that Twitter link up? And again, numbers and polling does change, but when Jimmy Dore screenshot this, he goes on to say, big thanks to the TYT fans who overwhelmingly voted in favor of withholding vote for Pelosi to force Medicare for all vote. Thanks to Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian for covering the story and for giving your audience a chance to weigh in, which is great. I'm very happy that, again, as we're seeing, a lot of numbers are in favor for Jimmy. And again, these numbers can change, but when he screenshot this, apparently a lot of
pretty strong lead. It's a pretty strong lead.
It is a very strong
50-point lead.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, let's have a conversation. I don't believe in cancel culture. I think it's stupid. And we need to be much better than this.
And again, my big thing is I want to make a call, progressive media. We need to stop. We need to get on each other's shows. We need to connect audiences together, not split them apart. The last thing that the progressive movement needs is a split up and a faction war when we don't have the power, barely when we're together do these things. Yep. I can disagree with Anna Kasparian, but if she invited me on to her show, I would probably say yes for the exact same reason with all these people. So I'm not going to cancel them because I disagree with them. I'm going to talk to them, figure out why they disagree with me, and see if I can get them to change their mind, even if it's a little bit, even if I think it's not possible. That's irrelevant. I am one person. I'm not the one to decide that I'm better or worse than someone else. And I think all progressive media needs to hold that because we should have this. We should have this discussion. I'm not saying we shouldn't. And I know Tulsi gets thrown there. Fine, we'll bring her in too, even though she's literally leaving Congress right now.
Out. Yeah, she's gone.
She's there for a couple weeks. Congratulations, everyone. But let's not be stupid about this. Let's be intelligent and show people that progressives will not crumble at the slightest disagreement.
Yep. And look, if you try and be in your own bubble, you're only listening to your own echo chamber. I want to listen to other people, and even if I do disagree with them, I've done like 500 interviews with so many people of different points of view. I'm not going to cancel them either.
We've somehow gotten the libertarians to like us.
Somehow.
With us pretty heavily.
Somehow we did. Okay. But I'm not going to cancel them either. Because guess what? I like talking to people. Well, with that being said,
I'm sorry, really quick.
Go ahead.
So now that this is live, when this is clipped, please let other channels know this is happening. Let's take this time to jump on all these other networks. Let's really talk to each other. Let's show our audiences that we're going to stay together even when we disagree heavily. Because if we call ourselves progressive, let's show it.
Yep. Agreed.